This is Sabaqta. Hi everyone, welcome to the Sabaqta. Aidana
And Sigida,
are with you.
we know that you're here to know about the student life and study process in order to better pass exams, stay motivated.
Or just diversify student life. Today our guest is Alikhan Turash, student of Hasanite University.
He will share all the secrets of your successful life, right?
Yeah, how are you doing?
Yes,
Alikhan?
hello to you. So, sure, I will tell all of the secrets there is, but still, I wouldn't really consider myself successful yet. But, anyways, thank you for inviting me. I'm really glad to be here.
Thank you for agreeing to visit our little world despite such a responsible period of study.
Yeah, the week of midterm exams is coming. Speaking of exams, what was your first experience taking exams at university?
Well, that feels just like yesterday. Well, the very first exams actually took place during quarantine.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were right. I still remember the camera turned on, the safe exam browser installed, and the remaining clock ticking on the screen. All this went so smoothly.
Yeah, speaking of smoothness, well, actually, there were some students who were abusing the quarantine status. So they were trying to cheat using the second device, using cracked safe exam browsers and all of that.
But we better keep silent about this, right? This is a red flag topic of our channel.
Well, you're right. Sorry. So, yeah, this is a productive
That's
channel.
okay.
Anyway, I'm still surprised how quickly time flies. So my parents and all of the old people actually were right about time flying by. So it seems that only yesterday I was graduating school, sounding like an old person, right? So yes. Anyway, it feels like just yesterday I was applying to universities, choosing the universities, comparing them, but now we are almost graduating.
Yeah, this is life as it is. That is incredible. This history repeats itself again. The thing about your first exam and the coming soon one is all about история повторяется.
Yeah, it's almost week 10 now. How do you manage to stay motivated?
Well, motivation, yeah, but I guess it's a very interesting topic since motivation is the main drive to achieve goals or needs. And the problem is that it can easily appear all of a sudden, like without having anything behind it, and just as quickly disappear. So, no matter how successful you see me, I guess, I still have moments of mood swings as all the people, the burnouts, and heavy workloads and deadline pressures are a factor of just our mundane life. So who doesn't feel overwhelmed or stretched thin sometimes?
Yeah, for human being, for everyone, it is natural process. The brain literally gives the concept and signal for that the body is overloaded and that it needs to be given a rest.
Yeah, and we know that there is no single strategy that will work for everyone completely in supporting a goal and motivation. So, what is your current list?
You are exactly right about that. There isn't one way that will work for everyone, just off the shelf strategy. So, yes, I got really interested in time management and all of that, about staying motivated. And still, out of all of the information I've had so far, I believe that the best one is eating elephants by bite sizes. So, which means just breaking the task into manageable chunks, even like micro tasks that can help you stay motivated. You will see like the heavy load of taking the first step will be just as easy as, I don't know,
The
like
next ones.
exactly, like just opening a laptop, for example. Like
Yeah.
you will see the first tick in your list of those tasks,
To-do.
and it will help you to stay motivated. Like the first tick is done, well, now I have to keep going. Now, second tick, like open that, do the first script. I don't know, like how you manage this podcast thing, I guess. So I believe, yeah, that breaking down into bite-sized chunks is really how I stay motivated.
Oh, yeah. There is a saying like, with quiet steps confidently towards the dream. For this lifestyle, it turns out that most important key aspect that you manage is time management.
Yeah, and that's a very common word in the 21st century, isn't it? And share with our listeners what time management is for you particularly.
Wow, well, time management, that's a big topic. Well, I guess it's all about taking control of your own life because your life is just your time, and
Yeah.
the time is
Money.
the only, not only money, like you can actually take money back, like, or I don't know, loan money or
But not
anything like
time.
that, but you can't do the same thing with time. The only valuable asset you cannot take back. So that's why you have to really invest that time thoroughly. You have to think about it. And for example, if you will manage your time poorly, you will spend your time mostly on TikTok, Instagram, and all of that. You won't get anything done. But if you, I don't know, change your mindset and consider, I don't know, reading a book, quite a good time investment, working on a pet project, building a portfolio, making your first CV, taking courses on, I don't know, anything you like. I think, yes, exactly. You can, at the end, you will see the
Right.
benefits of your investments.
Yeah.
Nice. So great. It is always like that.
There are, by the way, helpful applications, web platforms such as Notion, Habitica to plan stay organized and motivated.
Yeah, exactly. Like, as for me, I use the very first application that just binds everything together is Google Calendar. I believe that you
Yeah.
just time block the things. Like, as even now here, I time block the made an appointment with you.
really?
To come here, so I won't plan anything at this time because I have to be here with you. Then I don't know, Google Tasks to have some, as I've mentioned before, to make the small bits, small tasks that I can manage to do during the day, and Notion, exactly as you've mentioned. When I believe the saying that brain is given us to produce ideas, and paper is given to us to save them. So
Oh.
you shouldn't try to remember everything and build, I don't know, a library in your brain. I think that your brain should stay not empty, but it should stay available. Your brain shouldn't take the procedural time to take any effort in order to remember thing when you can just easily access it in Notion, for example.
Beautiful idea. That's crazy.
Yeah. So nice. Okay. As far as we know, you all also combine study and with work. Tell us more about your work and how did you find it?
Well, about my work. So right now I'm working at a startup laboratory, I believe. Well, it's called Panda Innovation. So we just make MVPs for the companies or to any investor who wants to build an app, but he is not that experienced in programming. For example, mostly people, our clients are just people with ideas and with money who can give the task to us, and they know what they want to see at the end, but they don't know how to actually build it. So we just build the app, and our company just makes everything, builds starting from MVPs, just like very basic stuff in order to attract some investments, as Astana Hub, for example, or to the whole production, like with a financial plan, with marketing plan, and the app, the web app, the whole system itself. Like that's the biggest thing we offer.
Wow. You have a very valuable experience. So what do you think is the best course to start working in the company? Like for me, first year students sometimes manage to do it hard.
Yeah, I tried to work in my time, but that was too complicated.
Yeah, I believe that surrounding yourself with people who will push you to betterment is the key thing, and networking, of course. For example, as the first year student, I didn't really have the desperate task to find any kind of work, whether free, whether it's paid or not, but I wanted to build an experience, I guess, and I have taken some time in order to build my own community. So, and I believe that I have built that in the first year. I have achieved that goal, and I really like that my friends are also, as me, I guess, are really interested in time management and all of that. So so through that friends, I have connected with their friends who know their friends, and like with that big chain, I actually landed on my first job. Like that was a networking event at Astana Hub. So there I got acquainted with one person. And with all of that chain of friends, I came across an HR company which I'm currently working on. So, and just my friend, the first acquaintance, the first piece of that chain actually asked me to send my CV because I've told that I work with Flutter. So, and that company needs Flutter developers because they're quite exotic, as I found out. So, I've sent them my CV, he sent it to his friend, and all of my CV just went from hands to hands. And after all, I had been invited to the job interview, and that's how I found my first job as a Flutter developer.
Yeah, those with the help of internship and job, both the CV and portfolio are replenished. That is a great idea. With internship, it is possible to study and work simultaneously.
Exactly.
Yeah. What else do you do besides work and study? We've heard you were the organizer of intellectual club in the university.
You had done your analysis, right? So you already know about my work, about my club. So yep, actually I am. I am a president and founder of the intellectual club called Erudita 2. But like, I don't think most people know that club by its actual de jure name. But most people know us as the Что, где, когда organizers. So yep, I was really interested in Что, где, когда since I was at school, I believe, because we watched that TV show on the first channel with my father, and I was really interested in actually playing it, Что, где, когда. But we didn't really have that opportunity at our school because nobody was organizing it. So I have taken that role of organizer of Что, где, когда at my school, and I was organizing so many games and haven't even played one. So after I graduated the school, I decided like, well, that's the job is done. I have organized so many games. Now I want to play. There will be for sure a club like that at the university I will be applying to. After all, I found out that the university is very young, Astana IT.
Yeah.
So they didn't really have a club that is organizing Что, где, когда. So I have taken that role again of organizing that game, and that's how I found really good friends. Again, taking a step back and saying the thing about friends, there were a lot of people who supported me in that way, and I really like how I've built the administration of the club because everything, we were a team, I believe. The things that one for one is a drawback is a benefit for another one, though if someone lacks some skills, the other one just has it, and that's how we just managed to organize the club. And all of the people at my administration were first year students. We all were new at the university, and yet we managed to have some deals with dean's office, with the rector himself, with the dean himself, and with the department of social really don't remember the name of the department in English. Департамент социально-воспитательной работы. That's how it's in Russian. So by the lead of Arman Kondikovich. So he really supported my idea of building Что, где, когда, and I really that's a shout out for him.
You've made a very great job, and we are very proud of yourselves for having such an interactive club in our university.
Thank you.
Yeah, we already know it. Remember the last year, the Autumn Games series, which turned the whole ITUIA?
Oh, by the way, I was a viewer during those sessions. It was tense, interesting, and insanely fun, to be honest.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah, you're also, if we're not mistaken, a very active host during the event. Oh, I thought I saw you before.
Right. Actually, I was I was a host at not all of them, okay, but a lot of meetings at my school, and that's why when I came to this university, I hosted all of my games. I was the president and the host of the game actually, and I really liked that role actually. Uh, I've written my own script, improvised and all of that, and I believe that's how at that time second year students found me, and they have offered me to be a host for their event. So then on that event, my dean's office saw me and invited me to other events. That was like my career path of being a host. So the biggest thing I've hosted, I guess, is the New Year's event at our university. There were also 8th of March and all of that. And
You're a very popular person,
Oh,
personality in our
I
university,
too.
to be honest.
thank you.
Okay, you did a great job. Don't be hard on yourself, please.
Yeah, and since you're directly connected even to IT sphere, coding, yeah. Share your love story for the world of programming. When did it start? Who made you fall in love?
And why Flutter? Yeah.
Well, only the Flutter part actually, but that was a long way actually, because I believe it all started with my, again, father, which I really love and appreciate and respect. So he was an economist at the time. That was very required, necessary job at that time, and that's why he took that path of being an economist, I believe. So I believe he used that analytical skills in order to see the tendencies of the world, which specialists will be required on the job market. So, and he decided that, well, not he decided, but, well, he came to the decision that the world of IT, of programming, of coding, of just general IT sphere is very tempting. It's very profitable. It's know-how of modern world. Is basically becoming the next oil. All of the codes, bits, bytes, programming languages, and that's why my father started, I guess, offering me bit by bit some courses, some books, so offered me to, I don't know, build my own
Environment.
not only the environment, you're right. He bought me some books on radio technology, so just technology in general. We have built local well, I wanted to play video games as like any, I don't know, boy or girl, just any kid would want. But in order to do so, my father just didn't give me the product itself, the game already set up and all of that. We had one computer. He bought the second computer to play with me, and like, how can I play on two computers with my dad in one game? Like, that was mind-blowing for me. But then my dad taught me how to build a local network.
Wow.
So we bought the cables, we bought the RG45 connectors. My dad told me how to build the cable itself, how to connect it. That was a very interesting thing for me, because like, I knew, like, if I will do this right, I will be able to play like shooters with my dad in two separate rooms on two computers. So that's why it was
awesome. Yeah.
yeah, I was motivated to learn. So that's why I was interested in computer science in general. Since I was studying at NIS in high school, we choose our own subjects we want to study. So I have chosen computer science and physics. So, well, personally, I liked computer science more. So it wasn't really programming yet. It was just general knowledge of, I don't know, topologies of network, of OSI levels, of like, just generally what a programming language is, how programming languages differ from each other, what is imperative programming language, what is declarative programming language. But really, there wasn't coding. It was just theory. So I was quite good at learning it because I already had some base with my dad. And I was invited to one. I was winning the school tournaments, and like, that was built. It just built up, and the final thing was I have won an Olympiad in computer science. That was an international level one, and the first prize wasn't just the paper itself, the diploma itself. I was also given the Java course on not just like the basics of Java, basics of object-oriented programming, but it was specified. It was specifically made for Android development. So it was
Wow. Cool.
really practical way of using it, just how I like it. So I knew that if I want to build an app, I have to, I don't know, code something. So I have taken that course pretty much, learned how to build a button, how to make a text field, how to combine them, how to do controllers, basic variables, what is integer, what is float, what is the difference, and that's how I got into programming. So okay, now finishing up with Flutter, how I came to Flutter. Now as I found out, I was a native Android developer because I was building an app, I was building apps, sent some of them to Google Play, but I wouldn't, as anyone, I wanted to show off to my classmates and to my friends, but not all of them had Android devices.
Unavailable was that?
Yeah, exactly. So some of them had iPhones, and I just didn't understand why the APK file I've sent them wouldn't just be installed on their phone. So then I found out that I am a native developer. I found out what is a native development in general, and I found out the very the truth of reality that you can't build Java applications. You can't build an application for Android to work on iOS as well. Like that's the basic of native development. You just build it for Android only. So then I found out that there is a whole different language, Swift, different environment, Xcode, and I just didn't want to have two separate apps, one on iOS, one on Android. It would just be too much for me.
Yeah.
Only. I believe if I was a company, I would have just hired people to be Android developer to iOS developer. But since I was only one and wanted to do startups, I found out cross-platform programming. So then there was a choice between React Native and Flutter, and I just chose Flutter because I like the widget system in general. So that's how I landed to my job I'm currently working on.
So the challenges you met in your way made you stronger in the end.
Yeah, that is awesome. The role of a mentor is valuable in the life of student. I wish I met him.
Yeah, but in the life of each school student, there is a warm and inspiring favorite teacher. Mine was teacher of English language.
Yeah, I love this lesson of math. So, living your all 90 years, which advice would you give to our listeners, to our students?
Well, that's a very important job, I guess. So, advice. I believe that the only advice I can actually give is just something abstract, like chase your dreams, do your best, and all of that stuff. But if we just go into a bit deeper, I really think that the first valuable skill you should learn, just that will be helpful anywhere, anytime, just as a grown-up, is time management, management of your goals, like what do you want to be, and seeing the bigger picture. For example, if you want to be a journalist, I guess, as you do, or a programmer, you have to do stuff that will lead you to that goal.
Yeah.
In general, because, like, for example, you can be I don't know, you just have to see the end goal. What do you want to become? So that's goal management, and I guess very important thing is money management, because whenever you go to your student life, now you are your own person, you have your own budget, and you have to learn how to budget things. Because whenever we got stipend, we just would have eaten it all up in the restaurants, in the cafes, in 2 days, and all of the other 28 days we were just starving. Like, that shouldn't be the case for, I know everybody will eventually, everybody will struggle, the graduates, they will struggle with that. But anyways, the key point here is everyone will start at the same point, but not everyone will leave that point. So that's why you have to take that challenge, take that task, and actually get some valuable lessons for you in budgeting, it won't be perfect from the first time. You will have your trial and errors. You will invest more in food, less in entertainment, or more entertainment, less in something, or even connecting those three things. You will invest not in, for example, you won't have a budget only for entertainment or food. You will also want to allot some money to reaching your goal. For example, if you want to
that's
be
all about financial literacy.
yeah, financial literacy, exactly. So and also connecting with the goal, you have to in order to be a programmer, for example, you see the end goal is crystal clear. You want to be, I don't know, software engineer at Google. So that's why you have to take I don't know, courses on, I don't know, Python or Java or anything.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I agree with you. That sounds so fascinating.
And helpful for our listeners.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing with us all of your tips.
Aidana
Sigida
and the third year student
Alikhan, Turash.
were
were with you. It was
Sabaqta.
Sabaqta. Learn and fly. See you soon on the tops.